steroid use and performance enhancing drugs among everyday fitness professionals is getting crazier than it's ever been before, because there are comments on people's posts of people who are legitimately like jacked and shredded and insanely good physiques naturally, and people are like, do you even lift? Like, you don't even look like you lift. I'm like, what the fuck? In what world do you think that person doesn't look insane, like in outrageous good shape? It's crazy.
I know Dylan in the mentorship has mentioned that he has gotten comments like that before. Anytime I've ever seen him,
good shape.
I'm like, look at the vascularity on his arms. Like, he looks great. And the fact that I haven't seen those comments, because I've only been on Instagram for 3 days, but I've heard him say that he's gotten them, like, insane. And by the way, number 10 on my list here, fake natties. So
yes. Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect segue. No, I'm completely with you. The number of fitness influencers who are taking steroids, posting shirtless pictures, not telling their audience that they take steroids is at an all-time high. And it was a lot of people in 2014. And so the fact that it's continuing to increase, and we throw in other ways to grow or improve your physique, mostly via peptides. And a lot of these people who are taking peptides, or a lot of the guys who are taking them, are peptides that help you build muscle, stay lean, etc., are also on a test base.
Correct.
But,
and they say they're not, because it's at like a TRT. Like, oh, it's TRT. It's not steroids. It's like, it's fucking steroids, you liar. Like,
you're injecting testosterone at the age of 25 when you're already like in really solid shape, but you want to make more money. And so you do this and you don't disclose it to your audience. And by the way,
if it's 35, 45, 55, 65, like, it's still injecting testosterone, which is like, that's fine if that's what you need, but you're still taking steroids.
I'm with you. Yeah. Yes, you are technically taking steroids if you take TRT, no matter what your age is. What pisses me off, though, is not the 65-year-old or 55-year-old dude whose test is 200 and he gets it up to 650 or 700. What pisses me off is the 26-year-old whose test is 500-600 while he's partying like a maniac and not sleeping and working all the time. And then he gets it up to 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500. And does the shirtless pictures and does the,
delts and traps come out of nowhere, super lean. Like,
yeah. And all of this, I don't even think it would hurt these dudes' businesses. I see it mostly in guys, but obviously it happens with women too. I don't even think it would hurt their business if they were transparent about just be honest about it. It's definitely an ego thing where, because I've put myself in this position because I've considered taking stuff at a couple times in my life. And one of the reasons is I know that if and when I know if I ever take anything, I will disclose it publicly. If I haven't made content for 10 years, I'm going to make a piece of content about this. I know there will be comments from people saying like, oh, you look like this because you take steroids, which is going to piss me off. And so I understand the impulse to withhold that information and then rationalize, well, I still work hard. I train harder than I was when I was natural. My diet is more dialed than it's ever been. Like, those are really the reasons. It's like, no, it's the 250 mgs of tests that you're injecting your butt every week. Like, that's what's going on.
But also, a lot of these people who are injecting 250, 300 mgs or even less per week, a lot of them are not living healthy lifestyles. They are eating like garbage. They are not training as hard, and their physiques still look really fucking good because of what they're taking. So it's like, I understand why those comments would be there. I think a lot of the people who take them, not all of them, but I think a lot of the people who take them, they don't realize how much help they're getting from the drugs that they're taking. I mean, and this is you'll hear this all the time. You will hear this all the time. I'll never forget the first time I heard this. I'm not going to say any names, because I have so many friends and colleagues who take them. And
it's an outrageous percentage of the fitness industry.
It's huge. This one guy that I was talking to one time, he basically, he goes, he was telling me why he was getting so much stronger. And he said, oh, and by the way, I'm on less drugs now than I've ever been in my life. And I just remember being like in my head, because I wasn't going to say anything, this guy was like 300 pounds and shredded. And I was like, you're on less drugs now. Like, so like you're still taking a lot, not to mention you've been on way more before. And you're saying that it's your programming that's leading to these results. And like, but I know, I mean, I've seen a lot of these guys who eat like shit, don't train that hard. They are partying a lot, drinking a lot, and they still look fucking amazing. And I'm like, and could they look even better if they were more talented? Yeah, for sure, they could look better. But to 99% of people looking at them, like, holy shit. And then you see their workouts and you see what they're doing, and they're like, that's wild. Like, that is crazy that you look that good.